Welcome to the 27th episode of the Dragon Master campaign. My name is Harrison Weiss. I am your Dungeon Master, and today we are doing a solo session with Ace. What that means is EJ is here, and he is joining up with the party in the next episode. So I wanted to spend a little bit of time to get to know Ace and to give him a little bit of a side quest of his own, so that when he joins the party, he feels a little bit more fleshed out than just like a brand new person showing up. So what do we know about Ace? Episode 18, Ace comes on, defeats Art in combat. In episode 19, Ace comes on and loses the debate to Yori, which means he passes one of his two final exams. We're gonna say that he also passed his dragon exam, so he does graduate. At the recording of this video, episodes 1 through 17 have been released. So EJ, you've listened to the first 12?
The first 12, yeah.
First 12, okay, cool. So you have some background for the school, the concepts, and stuff of that nature. So a little bit of the information that you need to know, EJ, is in the graduation ceremony, you received your diploma. There was a large speech that went on from Stoic that was followed by some pirate giving a speech about Sturmhond and his lost treasure, his one piece of treasure that had gone missing. There's a prince named Sturmhond, and him and his ship are nowhere to be found. They were believed to have sunk. So you kind of just have that in the back of your mind as something interesting that you might have a desire to find, a lot of money somewhere in the depths of the sea.
And Ace loves some money.
Something else, in episode, I believe it's 4, we visit the town center where the party all sign up for the university healthcare package deal. Loaf doesn't, but he ends up signing up for it later in episode 11, I believe. Do you think, with Ace's time in Berk, that he also would have signed up for the free healthcare?
The immediate answer is no. He just doesn't care about that, because if it was up to him, he wouldn't need it, right? He wouldn't be touched. Ace's character he's very tunnel vision on the goal. So whatever he was doing, and if someone approached him, he would just swat it away.
Okay, so you are not part of the university health package deal. We're gonna say that you completed some quests at your time here, so you have about 115 gold pieces.
Woohoo! By
the way, everybody, I don't think it was established what kind of dragon he had in his debate or his fight, but he chose the Thunder Drum egg. So he had a baby Thunder Drum. It's ugly as dirt. He now has a level 1 Thunder Drum. It's a small dragon. Small means it's big enough to ride for a single person. Some key aspects of the Thunder Drum dragon is that its primary weapon is a large screech. That's because the dragon is actually deaf. It is unable to hear anything. Let's go ahead and read through what you already have. You already have a small saddle. You have 4 rations, you have 3 oranges, you have 1 torch, you have a disguise kit, you have a dagger, you have another dagger, you have another dagger, you have another dagger, you have a whisper steel dagger, you have the steel mail, you have a ring of swapping, you have a medium bag, and then you also have another ring of swapping on your katana of virtue. The katana of virtue is kind of like your highlight piece, I would say. And I'll go ahead and read it. It's an artifact weapon worth 10 gold pieces. It's melee and finesse. Katana of Virtue is an active unit with high intelligence and high wisdom, and is lawful good. Katana of Virtue has disadvantage on attacks that it thinks are immoral, and it deals 1d10 slashing damage. In episode 13, we introduced bag sizes. I gave all of the party medium bags. A medium bag reads, medium bag can carry up to 52 size points. Tiny items are 0.4 size points. Small items are 2 size points. Medium items are 10 size points. Large items are 30 size points. And huge items don't fit in bags. We're mostly using just the honor system when it comes to what item is what size. In your bag, you only have 2 daggers. These are both small. You have a disguise kit, which I'm calling medium. You have 4 rations, 3 oranges, and 1 torch. I would say the torch is a small item, so you're currently at 23.2 of your 52 size points. That's in your bag. It's not an exact science. If you're clearly overdoing your bag, I'll make a big deal out of it. But if you're not, then I'm not worried about it.
That's some good size left there.
I think you have plenty of space in there. So I think we're going to start just with Ace walking into a store, What store do you think Ace would be interested in checking out?
So Ace loves pointy things. So he would definitely look for an armory first.
Probably either be Heart Armory, Don's Armory.
Let's do Don's.
Here is the inventory for Don's Armory.
Ho-ho.
Shuriken, slingshot, brawler's gloves, brawler's gauntlet, quiver, bone splitter, sword, broadsword, morningstar, hammer, leather armor, midget mail, 5 javelin for a gold piece, 10 arrows for 5 silver pieces, and a weapon modification for 5 gold pieces.
Yeah, so Ace walks over to the slingshot and he asks the worker,
Hey, my name is Donnie. Nice to welcome me to the McDonald's.
Donnie, whatever. You, how much is the slingshot over there?
2 silver pieces?
2 silver pieces. Do you sell ammo as well?
Yeah. There's some, and he points to the ground. There's some rocks down there. You can just pick those up.
Do you have any special ammunition?
We don't have any special ammunition for the slingshots.
Ace looks at him really hard, and then he goes, do you have any special ammunition? And then winks at him.
Ooh, you looking for special ammunition. And he goes to the back and grabs some rocks and says, here's some rocks. These are special ammunition. And he winks back at you.
Got it. Okay, well, I'll hold off on the special ammunition, but I will take the slingshot.
And he hands you a slingshot. I'm trying to remember the motto that I gave him at one point. He had a motto in an early episode.
It's something like
the wares are steep, but the prices are steeper.
yeah. I think it was opposite.
Our prices are steep, and our wares are steeper. Hope that slingshot served you well.
Ace looks at him and says, "Thanks, Shorty," and pats him on the top of the head.
Thanks. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So Ace is done at Don's, so he walks out. What other shops do you have?
You can check out the Dash to the Food. You can check out the Aaron's Herbs if you want to look at an herbalist. There is the Boat and Tackle, the Potion Shop, and the Heart Armory is probably one of your other most likely ones. And the Viking's Finest is another one.
Ace walks out of Donnie's, and as soon as the sun hits his face, a memory triggers of his uncle telling him, he knows he's hard-headed, but listen well. Anytime you step out of the village, pack up for your worst possible situation because it could be your last. And then Ace comes back to, and he says, well, I guess I'll head over to the potion shop then.
So as you approach the potion shop, you see lots of crows just swirling the area, and you see almost like police tape surrounding the building, almost entirely cut off. The path to the stairs up to the potion shop are completely blocked off. The doors are shut, and you don't see a legal way to get to the building.
Wonder what's happened here. Guess I have to find my own way in here. So Ace looks around the crime scene. Does Ace see anyone in the area?
You don't see anyone in the area, but by this time I'm thinking that you're probably up towards the wall, and you do see some footprints leading away from the building. You hear Stoic leave the potion shop 1, and all you hear is him talking to Buffy, and it goes something like, so you really don't know where Doofenshmirtz is, huh? I was gone. I had visited my sister Ebony in Mahogany, and I come back, and we were ramsacked while we were gone. He must have been napped or something. That's a troubling tale. I will get people into looking for him. We'll find him, I have no doubts, and we'll get you back in operational. You just rest easy, Buffy, and we'll take care of this. Okay, Stoic, I appreciate you. I appreciate you greatly. And Buffy goes back inside, and Stoic walks down the path back to his home.
So Ace immediately sucks his teeth due to the unfortunate circumstance. So he's... So they've ransacked the potion shop, and they've stolen the gnome. I wonder if they have any health potions left. And he walks inside the potion shop, if that's an option.
Sure. You could walk in the front door, or you could try to look through a window or a side door.
That's definitely more his character. Let's say Ace peeps through a window just to see what kind of wares they still have and what may have possibly went on.
So when you look through the window, you see a boiling cauldron with a cage above it on the near corner. And then there's like a desk in the back corner. And you also see like a little lizard aquarium. There doesn't seem to be any potions back there, but the place definitely seems to be kind of like a mess. Everything's strewn apart. And the cauldron seems a little bit... There's like a red potion brewing in it or something of that nature.
Okay. So Ace's katana is kind of alive, right? Kind of sentient.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
All right. So that does it. So Ace gets a sudden jolt, a call to action almost.
Okay.
And he wants to investigate. So he goes inside the front and he just talks to Buffy, just trying to see what's exactly happening and how he can get his potions.
Okay. So you walk in and Buffy said, "Oh, hey, we're closed right now. I apologize for the inconvenience. I lost my friend Doofenshmirtz. Have you seen him?"
Lost as in he's in the woods, or lost as in I'm sorry for your loss?
I don't really know for sure, but I think he was nobe-napped, and I'd really like to find the people who stole him so I can say hi to them.
Ace deeply sighs as he's in like internal turmoil, right?
Yeah.
And you can see him visibly talking to himself in the corner, just kind of turning around, trying not to look odd. I'm not doing this. I can't do this. But in Ace's head, there's an inkling to help. So Ace asks, "Where was the last time you seen your gnome friend?"
Yeah, so Doofenshmirtz was here. He was tending to the potion shop while I was gone. I was visiting my sister in Mahogany Town, and he was here behind the counter, and he's not here anymore. So I think somebody came in and stole him. And then she gestures over to her potions, and she says, "And there's a bunch of wares missing. They took, like, all of the mana potions. And I don't really know what else they took, but there's a lot missing, I think. We have the gold potion. We usually have mana potions, but we're out. There's potion of healing, antitoxin, and there's always the mystery potion, if you're interested in the mystery potion."
What is a mystery potion?
Oh, it's a free potion.
Nothing is free. What's the cost?
Oh, well, I just get to suck your blood for about 10 seconds, and then you get the potion for free. And she kind of bares her fangs.
Ace immediately thinks how valuable his elven blood is and denies the offer. "No, I never take this mystery potion for some blood. For some gold, maybe."
Oh, no, we don't sell the mystery potion. Because then I would feel obligated to, like, pay you back if it killed you. But I can offer you a gold potion or a potion of healing. The potion of healings are only 10 gold pieces apiece.
How about this, Buffy? If I find your little friend, will you donate some health potions to me?
Yeah, if you find Doofenshmirtz, I'll give you 5 health potions. 10. I'll give you 10 health potions.
Deal. And he throws his hand at her adamantly.
And she kind of jumps back, and then she reaches her hand out and shakes your hand.
"I'll let you know what I find."
That sounds awesome. Thank you.
All right. So Ace leaves the potion shop disappointed with no health potions and unable to follow his uncle's preparation tips. So let's check out the Heart Armory then.
Here is the Heart Armory. A woman greets you as you enter the door, and she says, "Hey, welcome to the Heart Armory. My name is Brigitte."
Hello, Bridget. What kind of pointy things do you have here?
We have swords, and we have long swords. This long sword is very powerful. It's a melee versatile weapon that does 1d8 or 1d10 slashing damage. It's only 10 gold pieces. It's quite beautiful, too.
Sold, Bridget.
Thank you. And she reaches below the table, and she grabs the sword, the long sword, and she hands it to you.
Does Bridget not correct me for, like, butchering her name?
Nah.
Okay.
She's dealt with some pretty bad customers over the years,
Okay.
like Loaf.
Okay. All right.
So you now have a long sword.
All right, cool. So Ace has pointy thing, which is really all he wanted when he shopped. He felt compelled to get potions, but I guess we'll get that later. So Ace, thinking how to get his potions as quickly as possible, goes to the library just to do some research on where Doofenshmirtz may be.
And as you walk into the library, this is the same library you've been in many times before. And then on your immediate left, there's like a little office area where you see Hermione, kind of a little bit frantic over there. And she sees you walk in and she says, Ace! Hey, Ace! Hey! Can you come over here for a minute?
Sure. What do you want?
Hey, I was wondering if you could help me with a quest.
I'm on a quest. What could you possibly need now?
So, like the Berk Stone that I lost?
Yes.
This is funny coming from somebody who's listened to episodes 1 through 12, but hasn't listened to anything after that. Yeah, so that Berk Stone that I had, I lost, and then we found it, and then we found out that it was fake, and I shattered it, and then we found out there was lots of them, and now that there's so many of them, I have to find the original one. And I was told that the original one was sold to Dante, so I need your help to go into Dante's forge and see if I can steal back the Berk Stone. If you go there, I have the blueprint, and if you find there's probably some other cool items in there. Would you be interested in helping me steal that Berk Stone back from Dante?
Stealing is quite illegal, which means
but it's from...
if you want me to do it, comes at a great price.
I know what you like. You like stabby things. So I think I can find you a stabby thing.
I have plenty of stabby things. What makes this one special?
So Professor Dante, he's part of the Donaldson family. They run the McDonald's, they run the Don's Armory, Don's Construction. They also have a forge deep inside of Ember Peak. In that forge, there's a vault, a very special vault where they hide their best items. So I think they have some really cool stabbies in that vault. They also would probably have maybe a Kyber crystal if you're interested in the Kyber crystals. There's also, I've heard the idea that there's this really cool weapon called the Bequeather that they have. And that might be something that you could like.
So I'd have to steal it twice. Stealing twice for you.
You steal something for me, you steal something for yourself.
I like how you think. You know what? I think I may take you up on your offer.
So she sweeps the entire table off onto the floor and she says, okay, so here is the blueprint. What I do know is Professor Dante is never at his forge after 7 p.m. That's when they close up shop. That's when him and Boris leave Dante's forge, which, by the way, is called Dante's Inferno. We're going to sneak into Dante's Inferno. So basically, there's an entrance area, right? So this is the opening room. So this is your door right here. Then there's a door here. This door is locked. You got to get through this door. And as soon as you're in this door, you should be in the giant volcanic area. In this area, there's a bridge that'll get you to the vault. The vault is right here. This is where the vault is, in the back corner of this area. So you kind of have this slow motion zoom in where you got the heist music playing in the background, and it's go in the front door, get to the back left door, pick that lock, and now you're in the back area. And so this is kind of what you're looking for. And then, but there's also a counter here, and there's a door right here on the right side that'll take you to the where they actually keep some of their less valuable weapons, and where they do some designing, that's where they actually do the forging. And then there's a door on the right side. This door is where the Eruptodons live. This is where they can come inside and outside. This is where they can, they can come in to eat and sleep. There's a door over here as well. That's usually locked at night during the closed hours. You could try to pick that lock, or you could try to go and pick the front door lock. I don't know what you think would be a good plan. The key thing that we're gonna have to do is find a way to get in to the vault area. Does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense.
Perfect.
Seems a bit dangerous, though.
Well, I think it'll be worth it.
We'll see about that.
She says, okay, so you're officially on board with this plan, right? You're good if I give you some more information, and you're with me, right?
Ace just nods.
Okay, so do you have a thief's kit? Because I feel like to break in and to break some of these locks, you're going to need a kit.
I may have one laying around somewhere.
Do you?
And is this separate from the disguise kit?
It is.
Okay.
Disguise kit is specifically contains cosmetics, hair dye, a few props, and a few costumes. You can disguise a target as another unit. Okay, so I have this thieves kit, this really cool thieves kit. It's worth about 50 gold pieces. I'll sell it to you for like 30 gold pieces if you want. We can work that out afterward, but after we get our big deal, after we get our cash out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, let us wait.
So Dante is the one. I don't like stealing from people that aren't pirates, but like Dante, he's one of the defenders, and they have a lot of secrets, and I want to be a part of. Then they won't. Okay, long story short, I don't feel bad for stealing from Dante because he has my Berk Stone. This is my Berk Stone, and he has it. So I need you to get in there and steal it. Okay, so here's your thieves kit. You can now add your proficiency bonus to any ability check regarding disarming traps or picking locks.
Nice.
How do you think you should get in? How do you think you should get out? What's a good plan?
May I see the map one more time, please?
Yeah. And then she lays it back out one more time.
Let me think about this really quickly. So, looks like the simplest way inside is straight through the front. Are there any windows here?
There's one window on the front right here, yeah. But they usually lock it up at night as well. As soon as they leave at 7 p.m., all of the exterior doors are pretty locked down. So we've got to see if we can find a way to get in before they lock up and get locked inside, I think. I think that'll be the best course of action, but how can we do that? And this is where I'm giving EJ some time to actually theory craft the plan.
So, this is what I'm thinking. All right, and I can say this is Ace. I'm just running it by you.
Sure.
I wear a disguise as I just walked into the store as a shopper, but I'm disguised as a worker there.
Okay. So the only people who are there usually are Boris, he's the shopkeep, and then you have Dante, and you have Malphite, his intern. You've met Malphite. Yeah, you know Malphite. He's there occasionally.
So, we disguise as Malphite, we beat him up, we hide him, and we tell everyone that we're going to close down the shop. From there, we have carte blanche to go straight across the volcano bridge, steal what we need, and we will find our way out.
You say carte blanche? What's that?
A card.
A card?
I'm sorry.
Is that thieves' cant? I don't speak thieves' cant.
Don't worry about it. Let's just say the plan will go swimmingly.
Okay, sounds like a really good plan. I like that. So we're gonna get in during daylight, disguise as Malphite. How are we gonna get Malphite alone?
Good question. What does Malphite like?
He likes boozle beans, but those are illegal.
Do you have any?
No.
Rats.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, maybe we offer him some kidney beans and say they're boozle beans. As he's eating the boozle beans, we nab him.
But how do we get to him? Because Boris is the shopkeeper. He's out here in this entrance area where you can buy the stuff.
Maybe we can pull Malphite aside. Interesting.
Ooh, what if we lure him out of the building? We beat him up outside the building, and then you walk back in as Malphite.
Perfect. Lure him outside with the boozle beans, beat him up, and then disguise as Malphite and waltz right back in. Nothing happened.
I think that's a foolproof plan.
Agreed. Ace is ready to execute, but he really wants his potions for this next quest he's going on.
Oh, you need some potions?
I do.
Let me grab a potion of healing for you.
That's swell. Good work, Hermione.
You actually probably need to head out pretty soon because it's like midday and it'll take you about a couple hours to get to Dante's Inferno. So all you have to do is you have to head to Mahogany Town and then go into the Eruptodon Temple and take the Ember Path. And that'll take you to the inside of Ember Peak where Dante's Inferno is. It'll be pretty clear which building is his.
Okay.
Before you go, I do want to talk to... I was wondering if you could provide any, like, advice. I have this guy that I'm interested in, but I don't think he respects me. Do you have any advice?
Yeah. For guys like that, you just slap the bugger.
Oh, I like that. You think he'll respect that?
Oh, yes. He'll definitely respect that.
Okay, well, I made him eggs a couple days ago, and he seemed to think I didn't put enough seasoning on them.
Well, did you?
I thought they were pretty good. I made him the way he likes it, sunny side up. And I didn't know you put a lot of seasoning on sunny side up eggs, but the next time he doesn't like my eggs, I'll slap him.
There you go. Instant respect.
That's awesome, Ace. I appreciate your help. At this moment, we kind of fast forward, I think. It kind of just like fades to black. And you have reached the inside of Ember Peak. So the key features of the inside of Ember Peak is that there's Dante's Inferno, there's the Donaldson residence, there's some other houses on the side that are much smaller, and then on the far right, there's what seems to be a tunnel deeper into the mountain.
Ace immediately sees the Donaldson residence and knows there must be valuables in there. Ooh, wonder what kind of wares they have in there. But he's also very tunnel visioned on his goals, so he notices it and continues on to Dante's Inferno.
Perfect. So you arrive to the entrance of Dante's Inferno. So the main things you see it's just as described. There's a door on the right-hand side. There's a window over here. If you look in the window, you see that there's all kinds of weaponry on the left-hand wall and the right-hand wall, and some stands in the middle that have more weapons on them. Lots of like morning stars and swords and all kinds of weaponry. And then there's a counter in the back right with a door behind it. And then there's a door on the left-hand side that is clearly locked up with multiple locks.
So I'm not inside, correct?
Right now, I said that you were at the window looking inside.
So Ace first looks through the window. He sees the weaponry, and he's looking for Malphite, trying to see where his mark is so he can lure him outside.
You don't currently see Malphite, but you do see Boris behind the counter talking to another customer.
Okay.
And I would say it's probably whatever time you really want it to be.
Let's say it's right around like a little bit before they're about to close. So
Okay.
Not too, I'm assuming there's not too much traffic.
Yeah.
And so Ace has a plan to talk to Boris and essentially lure Malphite out.
Okay.
Ace walks in.
Hello, how are you doing today?
Doing just fine, sir. How are you?
Welcome to Dante's Inferno. We sell the best weaponry in the industry. All dwarven, homemade.
So I actually just did some shopping, but I have an old friend here. He told me to stop by right before you guys were going to close shop. And I had a little gift for him.
Oh, do you mean Malphite?
That's correct.
Do you want to see the inventory of Dante's Inferno?
Yes.
Or is Ace too focused on his mark?
He's very focused on his mark, and I'm focused on this plan.
Malphite! Someone's here to see you. And the guy kind of walks to the back room, and Malphite comes out and says, "Oh, hey, Ace. How's it going?"
Hello there, old friend. How are you?
Good. What can I do you for? I don't expect a lot of visitors here.
Oh, I just had a little gift for you, Malphite. After everything you do for Mahogany, you deserve some appreciation.
Oh, thank you. I really feel unappreciated some days, but to hear this thank you. What do you have for me?
Come along. I have it right outside for you.
Oh, it's too big to fit in the door. Okay, I'm coming. And he follows you out the door.
That was awesome, man. Okay, all right. Ace proceeds to walk out of the door and hangs a left going around the back of the shop.
Okay. And Malphite sees you turn the corner and follows. Oh, Ace, where are you going, buddy?
Oh, right over here. I heard you like beans.
As you do turn this corner, you do see some Eruptodons standing over here. These are the pretty large, like completely rock that are like emanating like red between the rocks, and like they have pretty large mouths. They aren't currently looking at you, but if you made a commotion, they could potentially look at you.
Those are some dangerous buggers, aren't they?
Yeah, those are the Reptidons. We use them to do a lot of the forging. They provide us the spittle that we use to hammer away on some of the weapons.
Oh, you know what? How silly of me. They're actually on the other side of the shop.
Oh, the gift is? Okay. What do you get me? As he follows you to the other side.
So Ace turns the corner, goes to the other side, and opens his palm with a hand of fake boozle beans.
Oh, are those boozle beans? He's gonna roll insight.
Oh, okay.
That is a 2. Those are boozle beans. Oh, I love boozle beans. I only got one ever in my life, and I've always been wanting more. Can I have those?
Of course, these are specifically for you, Malphite. You deserve them. Here. So Ace hands the boozle beans in one hand, and then immediately goes in for a sneak attack with the other.
Okay. We're going to say the attack hits because he's completely blindsided by it. You knock him out, and he falls to the ground.
Is there anywhere I can stash Malphite around the sides?
There's definitely some crates over on the side of the building. There's some large rocks you could probably hide him behind and then like cover him up with some smaller rocks. Or you can try to stuff him into like a crate.
So Ace, in lieu of time, just immediately tries to stuff him in a crate.
Are you planning to take his clothes before that?
Yes. I immediately take all of his clothes. I'm looking for keys, anything that could grant me access to the back. So Ace searches Malphite, takes his clothes as well.
Perfect. A couple of things that you do find are, one, you find his tracker. Ooh, you also have a badge from graduating and a Dragon Ball.
That's awesome. Okay.
So a couple of things that you do find is you find him wearing a necklace. There's a boulder badge. You find his Dragon Ball on his person. You find some other like small things, like you find some mushrooms. You find a dagger. You don't find any keys.
Ace is specifically looking for potions as well.
You don't find any potions on his body.
Rats. Okay. So in that case, Ace is thinking well in advance. He would love to steal everything, but knows it would point right back to him. So rather than steal his Dragon Ball, right, his badge, he just takes the clothes.
Okay. So you take his outfit, which was just like a generic, pretty dwarven style. No helmet, but also just like some regular style pants.
So Ace equips Malphite's garb.
Okay.
And then he uses the disguise kit to disguise his face.
You are now disguised as Malphite wearing Malphite's clothes.
Ace feels pretty good about the mission so far. And then he walks right back into Dante's Inferno and tries to act as normal as possible.
You see Boris behind the counter, and Boris says, Malphite, welcome back. Dante is calling in for you in the back. We're about to close up shop, so you need to get ready to finish the day.
Oh, okay. I'll be right there.
And then he walks over to another customer who's in the shop in the opposite corner and talks to them about some sword. Some cool sword called the Embercleave.
Ace immediately peeks over to the Embercleave without trying to look too obvious, just to see what kind of power this thing holds, and then proceeds straight to the back.
So this is what the Embercleave does. In short, it's a pretty freaking cool weapon.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
I'll leave it mysterious for the listeners.
It's stabby, and Ace likes it.
At this point, so you head to the back, and Dante's back there and says, Hey, Malphite, so we just finished our last thing. You're welcome to go ahead and head on home early if you like. We just finished up for the day.
I was thinking of just staying behind to clean up the shop, yes.
All right, that's fine with me. You're welcome to clean up as much as you want. All these tools over here, these need to get put up, and you're welcome to sharpen these knives. Here's the knife sharpener. Here's a knife kit. You know how to sharpen them, right? I've showed you how.
Of course, yes.
Perfect. I'm going to head on out. I'll lock up the back door right now. And he walks over towards the Eruptodon entrance, and he closes that and locks it up. So now there's 2 Eruptodons locked inside of this portion of the building with you. And this door seems locked very well with lots of large locks. Dante is gone.
Awesome. And Boris is still in the front assisting someone?
That's correct at the moment.
Okay. So Ace goes according to plan and immediately starts searching for the Berk Stone in the back.
So the room you're currently in, it just has tools. It has chains. It has all kinds of pincers. It has any kind of tool that you can think of that will hold a weapon while it's being melted down and hammered. There's anvils sitting around at all kinds of different places. On one side right here, there's a big lava pit that comes from that room adjacent. And that is where they seem to put the sword into, and then they pull it out and put it on the anvil, and that's where they would hammer it around. So there's lots of hammers, lots of nails, lots of knives, lots of chains, lots of fire, lots of smoke. There's cans and cans of kerosene gel, all kinds of different weird liquids that would be used for burning or exploding or building.
So I noticed you said that there were some chains and things back there, right?
Yes.
All right, let me cook here for a second. So there's only one door going to the back chambers with the bridge.
Correct.
And I'm currently there.
You are currently in this space right here.
Okay.
One more description for the viewers. There's the front area with the counter. Behind the counter leads to a room on the right that has the Eruptodon exit, and that's where they do all the forging. And then on the left side of the primary area, there's a door northward that supposedly leads to the vault.
Okay. So Ace, trying to think quickly, stashes a chain link.
Okay.
Just somewhere, just in case he may need it for later.
Okay, so you're putting that in your bag?
Yeah.
Do you want to walk back into the entry area?
That's right.
Okay. So you walk back in, and Boris says, Malphite, are you headed out? Usually your time to leave now, yeah?
Usually, I'm just staying behind and sharpening some blades.
Would you mind locking up for me then?
Yeah, of course, Boris. Of course.
So he tosses you a set of 10 keys, and then he says something in Dwarven.
Ace looks at him with a stern face and just nods his head down in confirmation.
And then he goes ahead and leaves.
Whew, that was close. All right. All right. So now Ace is in the clear, and he's trying to rush as quickly as possible to the back. There's a door going to the back area with the bridge high, and it's holding the vault as well. Is it locked?
That door is locked, yes.
Okay. So Ace pulls out the 10 keys and starts trying each and every one of them.
So go ahead and roll a d10 for me.
10.
With a 10, the door unlocks.
Awesome. First try. Love when things are going according to plan.
As you open the door, you look inside, and the room is 90% black. In the center of the room, there is a small table with a black urn that seems to be emanating an orange color through the cracks of the urn. And all of the light is pointing towards the urn. That's the only thing you see in the room.
So Ace immediately takes out his torch and lights it.
You have a lit torch. What do you want to do with it?
I want to proceed to the urn. Let's go deeper.
So as you approach the urn, it starts to swirl with like a black mist. And you have another option as to whether you want to step closer to it or do something else.
So Ace decides to step close as he is not afraid of the dark and needs to complete his mission.
As you take another step closer, so you're probably about 4 feet away from it, a black mist comes out of the top of the urn and starts to charge you.
A black mist?
A black mist. And when it reaches you, your eyes kind of turn black and fade into the back of your head. And you have a fading memory where your uncle and you were out at war. And your uncle was attacked by a dragon that you later defeated. You were able to drag your uncle to somebody that could heal him. And by the time he was healed, he had lost his soul. So he was reanimated without a soul. And you feel the blame for it. And then you snap back to, and you're back in the entrance area of Dante's Inferno, with the door towards the vault shut.
Ace comes to, and he exclaims, "What? What just happened?" And he checks his things, he checks his bag, makes sure everything's there. Is Ace still in disguise at this point?
At this point, it's a very torn up disguise. Most of the clothes have been torn, and a lot of like your face paint and face like flesh has been kind of pushed around and kind of clawed at.
I've been attacked, and they wiped my memory as well. This is dangerous. Dangerous indeed. He checks himself. Does he have anything extra on him? Does he have anything less on him?
Go ahead and roll perception.
Okay. Not gonna lie here, I'm getting some amazing rolls. I got 16, and wisdom will be a +2 for me.
With an 18, you don't see anything different. All you see is that you're pretty messed up, and that you can tell that a portion of memory has been removed from you. You could be cursed in some form or fashion, but if you were, you wouldn't know exactly what.
Okay. So Ace is questioning why he's even here at this point. What am I even doing here? Being attacked and memories wiped? Oh, the Berk Stone. And he instantly recalls his mission.
Yes, he does recall successfully. He looks back at the key ring and sees that there's still 10 keys there and that he should probably go open the door.
Okay.
It is locked again.
So Ace, just as if this was the first time, walks up to the door leading to the armory, the vault, and attempts to open up the door with one of the keys on his ring.
Go ahead and roll a d10.
Okay. 3.
With a 3, it unlocks.
Awesome.
When you open the door, you look inside and you see a feast. All you see is a giant dining room table with 4 chairs on the outside, and there are grapes, there is fruit, there is entire chickens that have been grilled, there's a chocolate fountain, there's anything that you can think of that Ace likes, it's there. There's boozled beans, there's anything.
Is there any ale?
There is ale. And it's just a pretty small room, like a 10 by 10 room with the table in the center.
So Ace slowly proceeds, walking towards the table. And then he sees the cup of ale there. He looks at it, picks it up, sniffs it, and smells just like home. So he takes a sip.
When you take the sip, you knock out and you wake back up in the entrance of the Dante's Inferno. And you once again have forgotten that you've been in there at all. And the door is currently locked again.
So Ace comes to, and he's jarred at this moment. He's unaware of what is going on. He's on the floor again. He remembers being on the floor before and wonders what kind of magic mischief is going on here. Remembering his mission, once again, he steps up to the plate and opens the door, or tries to open with one of the keys.
Okay, roll a d10.
9.
With 9, you open the door, and it looks like you can see the sky, the sunny skies. There's some trees, it's grassy, but all you hear is a faint flute playing in the background. And then suddenly, in the back of the room, you see a large ornate key that you think would be the key for a vault.
Okay. So Ace immediately thinks, this isn't the room that Hermione described. But looks like the key to the vault, though. And he proceeds to the key to claim it.
So as you take a step into the forest, you hear the flute playing. It begins to entrance you, And instead of walking towards the key, you walk into the forest and you wake back up at the entrance of Dante's Inferno.
Sheesh. And I don't remember anything about this.
That one you remember.
Okay. So they're playing tricks on me. This room must be enchanted. So Ace, knowing the room is enchanted now, looks around for alternative entrances to the vault room. Windows, extra doors, cracks, vents.
Go ahead and roll perception.
Okay. 10 plus wisdom, that would be 2.
The only thing that you see of extra value is another keyhole that's in the door that you've already been trying to open that is much more ornate and much larger. And it looks like the key from that room would open this door.
Ace is discouraged. Let's say that. He's discouraged and decides he's going to try one more time to finish this mission. And he's made it a point that he's going to stop after this.
There is a puzzle here that I'm hoping you can solve. It's tricky.
Okay.
If you want to go back into the room you were just in, because you have the memory of that room, you know which key you put in the door the first time, where it would take you back to that same place.
Okay. All right. So this is the first time he remembers what happened here. So
remind me what happened in that room. Explain it in your terms.
he walks in the room. There's a gleaming light, and he's in a forest. It was the sound of a flute. So Ace, knowing that he approached the flute this last time, looks for anything that he can plug his ears with. So cotton, the fabric, anything that he can put inside of his ears to avoid hearing this flute sound.
Okay.
To hopefully obtain the key.
You could definitely probably cut off a piece of your shirt and try to plug your ears.
Okay. So Ace cuts off a piece of his shirt, cuts that into two, and plugs his ears as tightly as possible.
Then you open the door back up, and as you look inside that same room, it's a forest. You see the sun. It's gleaming down in the area. And as you step into the room just a little bit, enough that you could step right back out, 1 foot only, you still hear the flute.
Okay.
But you still see that key in front of you, about 10 feet in front of you. But you have a feeling that even with your ears plugged, you'd still hear the flute.
Okay. Heads in the door, hears the flute playing. This isn't working. Give me a sec. Let me think here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really liking this.
It's a puzzle that I've intended for EJ and Ace to be able to solve. Keep in mind what items you have. Feel free to use whatever you would like. Try to think about what options you have.
Okay. Crap. So you said about 10 feet away, the key is in the middle of the forest or the room.
Yes. You hear the flute kind of from all directions as soon as you enter the room.
Ace hears the flute still when he peeks his head in.
Yes.
So he knows that this isn't going to work. He then steps back. Can I use my chain to grab this key? Can I hook it around the key and pull it in without me going inside?
Okay.
Can I attempt it?
You could attempt it.
Okay. So Ace, he's swinging the chain in circles, just trying to get enough momentum to throw it.
Go ahead and roll sleight of hand to see if you can hook the key.
5.
With a 5, you completely whiff about 5 feet short.
Okay. He vigorously wraps the chain, throwing it around in circles to get enough energy to throw it, and he throws it one more time to hook it. 16 plus 2, 18.
With an 18, it ends up 5 feet short.
This isn't working. He takes a second to contemplate And so does EJ. This is insane. What? Hold on. I'm just moving stuff around, trying to see what I have here. Oh my gosh. Wait, Harrison.
What's up?
I haven't come up with a name for my dragon yet.
That's true. Come up with a name for it on the spot.
No, I can't. Wait 1 second.
You can think about it if you want.
Okay. Okay, you know what? Fafnir sounds awesome.
Sounds good to me.
Fafnir. Okay, so dragon's name is Fafnir. So Ace takes his Dragon Ball and releases Fafnir in the forest to go fetch the key. Fafnir, go fetch that key for me.
Fafnir walks over to the key, picks it up without hesitation, cannot hear the flute, grabs the key, and walks it back out to you. And drops it in your hand.
You're such a good boy, Fafnir.
Some key aspects of the Thunderdrum Dragon is that its primary weapon is a large screech. That's because the dragon is actually deaf. It is unable to hear anything.
I owe you 100 lambs when we get back to the Isles.
And it makes some kind of screech. Yeah, that's it. That's staying in.
That was terrible. Don't use that,
perfect.
please.
I'm going to use that 100%. And you now have the key. You place it in the keyhole that matches the ornate nature of the key. You go to open the door, and when you open the door, you see the path over the volcano to the vault. There's very nice dwarven architecture all throughout this area. On either side of the vault in the back, there are two giant dwarf statues made of stone, and between them you see a rack of items, one of which is the Berk Stone.
So Ace sees the rack of items, and before he goes for the Berk Stone, he's trying to clean up whatever he can. He's really looking for sharp, pointy things at this point now.
You walk over the path that's above the lava over to the vault where there's one singular rack of small items. And you recognize a couple items from your combat class. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let you take 3 items. I'm going to give you a list of the items. I want to have you pick up to 3 of them.
Okay.
There is the Berk Stone.
So 3 including the Berk Stone.
Yes.
Okay.
There is a black guitar, which is mentioned in the campaign. There's a small pink dagger that comes to a very sharp tip. It is extremely heavy.
Heavy like a sword, or?
It's the shape of a dagger, but like a very, very heavy sword.
Got it.
There is a dragon staff that appears to let you talk to dragons. There's something that appears to be a stop sign. There's like a menacing looking medallion that has green glowing eyes. There is what appears to be a bag of holding. And then there's also another dagger that's much lighter, but is pretty long.
So EJ would definitely love to take a couple of these items. But Ace looks at the bundle of items and immediately goes for the pink dagger. Just catches his eye. It's sharp. He's never seen anything like it. What kind of dagger is this? It's mine now. And he places it in his bag. And he looks over and he sees a black guitar.
Yes.
But it's also pointy. So he's intrigued. It's not a dagger. Not a sword, but it's pointy. Mine as well. And he takes the guitar and he puts it in his bag. Then he looks over all the other items. And he starts putting his hand over a couple of them. And he finally comes to the Berk Stone. So, all right. Hermione's stone. I guess I'll get a stone back. So he grabs the Berk Stone and immediately tries to hightail it out there as fast as possible.
Okay, perfect. You run over the lava pathway, and then you're back in Dante's Inferno's entrance. The door slams behind you, and you could leave Dante's Inferno.
Okay.
And start walking back to down the Ember Path.
Well, he drops the keys. He gets his clothes and leaves Malphite's clothes just chilling there in the shop,
Perfect.
super reckless, and he hightails it the heck out of Dante's Inferno.
You leave Dante's Inferno. You arrive back at the library, and the library's locked, and Hermione walks up and says, "Oh, hey, Ace, the library's locked at night. We don't go in the library at night. But did you get the Berk Stone?"
Yes, I have your Berk Stone.
Awesome, thank you so much. And what else did you find? Did you steal anything else?
Took a couple of bits here and there. Nothing too crazy.
I've been doing some research, and I think Loaf, Art, and Yori, they're on a quest to the Golgari Badlands, to the Forest Temple, and I think they're going to need that guitar. Did you happen to grab the Catharsis from the vault?
The guitar?
Yeah, I think that guitar is the key to the temple.
It's my guitar, first of all.
Could they borrow it?
No one can borrow my guitar. It's mine. It stays with me.
Oh, well then, would you mind taking it to them? They just need it to get into a temple. Would you mind taking it to them? It's in the Golgari. You can find them at Count Deku's castle.
And what do I get out of this?
What could I give you?
So I was going to ask, Hermione, have you ever ran across a pink dagger but weighs like a sword?
I think that's the Bequeather.
The Bequeather?
I could identify that for you. If you take the guitar to Art and Loaf and Yori, you could probably make some good friends, and friendship lasts forever.
Who needs friends?
Everybody needs friends. It helps you stay chip and cheery and have a good time in life. Also, the Bequeather, this is what the Bequeather does. The Bequeather is a melee weapon that's heavy. It does 1d6 piercing damage. And whenever you kill a unit with the Bequeather, if they own land or property, the deed for that land or property appears in your hand with you listed as the bequeathed.
Oh, yes. Okay. You know what, Hermione? I'm feeling pretty generous right about now, so I guess I can meet up with your friends and show them my guitar.
Perfect. Yeah, they just need to use it to get into the Forest Temple in trade for the thieves' tools, for me identifying that pink dagger that you have, and friendship. Would you be willing to take that catharsis to Loaf, Yori, and Art at the Golgari Badlands, and just so they can borrow it for a couple minutes? They're going to need it to get into the temple.
Hermione, your use of leverage is interesting. I like it. Yes, I may.
And this episode was voiced by E.J. Stokely as Ace, and edited and DM'd by Harrison Weiss. Please follow us on X at Tides of Terragos, or on Patreon at patreon.com/Tides of Terragos. My episodes are blurring together. Also, in case you don't understand the reference, this is kind of supposed to be like Dante's Inferno, so there's the 9 layers of hell. Loaf would just use his mage hand, because that's what wizards do, and that's how you just get to do anything without any consequences.
Take all of his clothes.